So we've got, this is round 3 of Modern Constructed Series, this is the 6th event. Thomas van Heerden again versus Edward Bell. This is the top table at the moment. Both players undefeated, going 2-0. That's not correct. Let me just fix that. So these guys are both 2-0 at the moment. Edward's on, I thought he was playing a different deck, but it turns out he's playing Abzan mid-range.
No, I have him on Tron.
Yeah, it's not Tron. The list he sent is this one over here.
Okay. It's interesting.
Yeah, I think we might have gotten Edward and Brian Horstman confused.
Brian was on Storm today.
Both on similar. Okay, sure. Yeah, Brian is playing the Gifted Storm list.
Okay, well, we'll definitely find out in the next couple of turns what's what.
Edward's on a Y. Abzan mid-range, very light creature count. It's basically like an even spread between...
Looks like the old school Jan list, but with white instead of red.
It's disruption, good creatures, good value creatures, and removal in basically equal parts. Liliana the Last Hope to bring back the guys. Looks like the players have started, actually.
Did I just see... Looks like Edward might just be on Tron.
Yeah, those are lands over there. I have the wrong list for him. Okay, well, we'll try to find the correct list. Ignore what you just saw on the telly. It's
a little bit
definitely
of
Tron.
Yeah.
Unless he snuck Urza's lands into Abzan mid-range mana base. But I don't think that's the case.
It'll be one hell of a brew. Okay, so we have Thomas leading with a turn 1 Noble Hierarch, heading into turn 2. Draws an Excavator for the turn.
Oh wow, that's the earliest we've seen him get it.
Yeah, he's just weighing up his options for the turn. Let's see what he has in store.
Thomas going down to 19.
Yeah, he plays a Kosali Pride Mage and attacks.
Yeah, Ghost Code is going to be basically, it's going to spell the end for Edward here. So you better hope Thomas doesn't have it. That or a Knight, actually. He could play a Knight at the Reliquary and close this game out really early.
Really quickly, yeah.
Another egg from Edward. There's nothing too innovative about Edward's list. It's just a bunch of air that draws through the deck and then bombs.
Looks like he's on the green-black version with Collective Brutality
just because it makes
Fatal Push
better versus aggressive decks.
Exactly.
Turkey Charm, like the Warping Whale in the sideboard.
Okay. Thomas goes ahead and attacks for 4 with his Kosali Pride Mage. Plays a Forest for the turn and passes up holding what I can only assume is a Collected Company.
Ed going to 16 here. Yeah, he's definitely representing company there. Ed could have Tron online right here. Surely, I mean, they always have it, right?
Almost
no,
always.
Clearly not. This plays a Blooming Marsh.
That's a good sign for Thomas.
Pride Mage is kind of nice here. I mean, Ed can't... Okay, there's the Brutality.
He's probably going to clear out that Pride Mage.
Yeah, I think that's the most pressure he has. And also it pops an egg or, you know, an expedition map if he plays it in a bad spot and doesn't have the mana to activate it immediately.
Can also blow up the disc that blows everything up.
Oblivion Stone, sure.
Yes. Okay, so
Brutality. In response, he cast a collected company.
see what he hits. Knight and a course of Crucifix.
Flipping the top card. See Windswept Heath from Thomas, and does he path his own creature? Oh,
No,
he's just
it's
revealing the
it
rest
to
of the
the
reveals.
duress mode.
Oh, sure. What did Ed discard for that?
Looks like a Ghost Quarter.
Edward discarded a Ghost Quarter. Is he playing those? Yes, he is. He's
Yeah,
playing one
Tron
main
does
deck.
play those now.
Sure.
Coco on top for Thomas.
Oh dear. Excavator. Real bad shape. Yeah, Knight of the Reliquary is going to go fetch a Ghost Quarter right now. And that's going to put... Ooh, that's two
Ghost Quarters
at the
this
moment.
turn. It's going to put Edward in the
Pain.
Stone Ages.
Full. Ooh, that is so bad. I don't know if Edward can come back from that.
I don't think so. Especially considering the amount of pressure that Thomas has right now.
One basic. Yep, strip mine. There isn't a way out here.
No, sir.
He cannot Tron next turn, and oh dear. Knight is too big to
Brutality.
brutality. He's used it one already. He has got a number of fatal push.
I think the push is on the
No,
sideboard.
all in the side. So he's got no way to deal with that right now.
He's in really, really bad shape.
His mana is not going to be developing.
He's basically going to get Ghost Quartered for the rest of the game, every turn.
Yeah. Although there's barely a turn left. I mean, he attacks once and then the next turn he should be dead. Oh, wait, no. The Exalted's not going to trigger on multiple attackers. So,
Yeah, but he gets
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He could just attack for 10 twice.
Yeah, Edward's busy scooping it up. He's seen
a
enough.
little bit too smart to try and torture himself that much. And the deck lists are working. Yay.
Fantastic. Does Edward have Crucible in the sideboard? Let's have a look. Doesn't look like it.
Oh, it would be good. He could even play Excavator here because he's got green.
He could. Although he's more in the market for a colorless permanent.
Fair enough, but I mean, Thomas is likely to take out his small removal spells, so the paths just disappear. Oh no, they're good against Wormcoil Engine and Worldbreaker
And Worldbreaker,
and Ulamog.
and
Actually, every
Ulamog.
single creature in the deck gets hit back. One path is not going anywhere.
Let's hold on to those paths.
Although he might not. Yeah, I don't think he'll take them out.
Yeah, so I think we can probably expect to see Stony Silence, another Pride Mage, possibly Mind Sensor.
Yeah, definitely the Stony Silence. I don't think Kataki is a thing here.
No, those eggs will get sacrificed.
Another Pride Mage.
Yeah, maybe Eldritch Evolution to force, like, to guarantee that he gets
Ghost Quarter
his
eventually.
bullets.
Yeah, so he gets the Knight, gets the Ghost Quarter.
And then he can go fetch the Excavator
Or
or
something
Azusa.
smaller.
Yeah. I mean, we could even see a line where, you know, Thomas activates a Ghost Quarter, plays Renegade Rally, gets the Ghost Quarter back, and does it again. Yeah, looks like he's got quite a few tools to deal with this Abzan
well,
mid-range
I can
Tron deck.
Get a peek at what these guys are thinking about.
If I was Edward, I'd be interested in bringing that surgical. If you can nab one of those Ghost Quarters while they're in the graveyard, could buy yourself some
I think
time.
he's got Pithing Needle.
A Pithing Needle could do some work.
You just name the Ghost Quarter there would be good.
Yeah, as long as Thomas doesn't get those Pride Mages, that Pithing Needle should...
Yeah, he's got to have something though, and it forces him to take that as opposed to something else.
Yeah.
Thomas also hasn't... Oh wait, he's got Kitchen Finks. He can basically buy everything back here. Edward's on the play this game. That I assume that he will be.
Yeah.
I hope so. So you might just have a chance to get out a big thing before Thomas starts getting in his land base.
Yeah.
Life totals are incorrect. Currently 1-0 to Thomas.
Yeah, I believe he's still in search of a seat at the...
Oh, Thomas hasn't qualified yet.
Yeah, so
I
if
wonder
he...
I can see them.
Is this a 3-round event or 4-round event?
This is a 4-round event, I believe. Let's just have a quick look. So you've got you right at the top there. Thomas is
No, I
not.
think is
He's nowhere near there.
no, I think that might is
This
that
is
not the
this
old
is
one?
old. This is the previous.
Yeah, I haven't
Whoops.
been doing too well this
Incorrect.
season.
Wrong. Ignore what you've just seen.
All of the fake news today, Don.
Kufefe time.
I think you're looking for the modern constructed series.
Yeah, I'll fix that in a bit.
Okay, so players have their opening hands now.
Let me see. There's a warping whale in from Edward.
That'll do some
What
work
is the
against the
sorcery that
dorks.
he wants to?
No, I think it's to excel dorks on the
Okay,
player.
shoots Bird or Noble Hierarch.
Yeah,
Exiles them.
exiles
actually.
them. Okay,
That's
looks
pretty
like
good. There's a
a map on turn 1.
Let's just get the.
Okay, so I think we're going to see that warping well now.
It would be quite painful if he plays the warping whale and Thomas just follows it up with a Pride Mage and
Yeah, but he won't be able to activate it.
because
So
he
you'll be
needs
able to
one
crack the
mana,
map,
fair enough.
play it, and then do triangulated things.
He just passes back here. What is Thomas holding?
Yeah, this is really
He's
good
got
for
a
Edward.
Coco at the front of his hand, a Plains.
This is really good for Edward. Looks like he's going to have Tron on turn 3, right on time. And
Do you know
he'll-
if he's got anything large in his hand?
I saw an Ugin and some eggs. I didn't get a chance to see anything else. He's definitely got a payoff. It
He
won't be
wants
this
a
turn.
con. He wants it, like...
I think Ugin or Khan will be fine.
Thomas has a Plains and what I can remember, Collected Company in hand. I'm not sure about the rest of it.
We'll
We
see
know Edward is
shortly.
holding an Ugin and he's primed to get another land. He can't crack the map and play the land. And yes, he can, actually. He can go fetch a
He'll be able to do
tower.
it next turn, yeah.
Costs 2, gets 3. So he goes up a mana, basically.
mana,
He
yeah.
should be fine.
Okay, so Thomas
Knight.
plays a Lonely
And I
Knight.
think it might be just too late.
So Edward needs any untapped land to play the Ugin.
No, he can use 2 mana from his Tron. Go to then he's got 5 left. Get a tower which produces 3.
3.
Go 6, 7, 8. That's Ugin mana, which is what seems to be happening here.
Oh no, does he not have Tron?
Oh, that is a double power plant.
So it's really tough to tell with his
Yeah,
old
with a different
Tron
artwork.
lands.
That's the insect and the circular thing. But it's both power plant. Now he's got 6, so he's got 2 towers. Hopefully a worm coil engine.
Yeah, that's the most underwhelming he could do, considering his big payoff cards. But he'll have Ugin next turn, barring... Well,
No, he's not going to have
he's
it.
not going to have Tron next turn, because
Oh dear.
the Knight's going to fetch a Ghost Quarter.
Oh dear.
So he has to get a backup of one of his lands.
And hope Thomas takes the wrong one so that he can play the one that
Yeah,
he got.
the only thing is Edward always has to reveal which one he finds.
So that his best bet is to find another expedition map here so he can go search for the other one. Possibly a Sylvan Scrying.
Or it could have been correct to... I think you have Sylvan... Does he have Sylvan Scrying in hand? Because if he
No.
does, then you just leave one of the eggs in play. And then
Ancient
which...
Stirrings possibly also.
Yeah.
Scrying guarantees it, but Stirrings is pretty close.
Yeah, because when he gets Ghost Courted, he can fetch the forest, cast the fetch spell, and then replace the missing land. And be back in big mana business.
Not the brutality. It's basically the only thing he ever points at his opponent's creatures.
Yeah, well, he won't be pointing at this time. He's just going to go after the Coco that Thomas has. And he's probably going to ship the turn back. Oh dear. So Thomas is explaining to Edward exactly what he's going to do to destroy his day. He's got a Laminate Excavator in hand and a knight on the field. So he's going to float mana with the plains.
Eat it. Play
Eat
the
it,
excavator.
get the Ghost Quarter, play the Excavator, replay the Ghost Quarter as his land for the turn, take out 2 Tron pieces. Most likely the 2 individual pieces, because those are the most difficult to replace. And basically not Edward back to Alpha.
The Stone Age. Yeah, that's... Ow.
Oh, he took out both towers.
It's his biggest mana, I suppose.
That's
So
his
if-
biggest mana, but if
Yeah.
you take out the... Oh no, those are also...
Those are
two
the
of the
same
same,
lands, so
yeah.
he takes the superior lands.
Okay, that makes sense.
Edward's basically got 2 fetches left. Thomas has to destroy 4 lands, and then Edward has to start naturally casting everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus the Knights now are 5/5, which puts Edward on a 4-turn clock, which is pretty quick for modern.
Yeah, Ed's really got to try and find his way out here. I don't know if there's anything he can do.
I don't
Ghost
think
Court
so.
to lock too good. He's done, and that's
And that's
a
the end
very
of the
clean
game.
2-0. Thomas just dominating today. I don't think he's dropped a single game.
Yeah, definitely not on camera.
So yeah, I did find the correct standings though. So yeah, Thomas is second at the moment. Let me just see if I can scroll down there. Series standings, interact with this one. So we've got Edward. Basically, Edward's not too concerned. He's qualified already. Hamza, Paul Gulbis, who we haven't seen in a while. Josh Barlow, Sean Wells, yourself, Shad, and James currently having the guaranteed slots. Thomas is pretty safe
Yeah.
at the moment. We've got 2-3 more events.
Yeah, the top spots are currently all occupied, or almost all occupied by guys who already have seats.
Yeah.
So it's a good chance that the guys from position 8 and onwards will also get invites.
Thomas has also got the highest average finish of basically anybody in the league. Just showing, well, is one exception is De Vet, Janssen van Rensburg, but he's only played one event and placed second at it.
Yeah, second to me. It's the event that I got my my seat.
Yeah, but Thomas being super consistent. If he keeps, I mean, I think it's basically impossible that he gets knocked out of an invite at this stage.
Yeah, he's got a good shot of just qualifying today as well, and then just driving for a bye.
Fair. He's probably got it. There's one round left, and if he keeps steamrolling like this, then
he's had some pretty easy in retrospect matches.
Thomas,
his deck just performing brilliantly every time we've seen him.
Ham sandwich man, I don't know. They're still talking about it. I wonder, what do you think? Where is this? What do you think he brought in? I don't know.
Maybe Ghost Quarters 5 through 8. Who knows? Okay, so I don't think he even needs to really bring anything in.
It might have been Pride Mages and Stony Silences.
Yeah,
that's
like Mind Sense to try and punish a map or a Sylvan Scrying.
But
those are just
a lot of fetch.
Guys off the bench for the Ghost Quarter Knight Laminap thing.
Yeah, his plan main deck is basically a hoser to this deck. This whole strategy, bringing in more. He doesn't really need Corsair here at all.
No, he
so
doesn't.
he could take those out for Mind Sensor and Pride Mage and.
Well, we did see. I think he had 2 in his hand at the end of the game. We just didn't even want to cast them because his board was just so good.
They also don't do too much against Edward.
Yeah, they don't apply much pressure.
They do get lands off the top, so it increases his chances of drawing the Ghost
finding
Quarter.
a Ghost Quarter.
But
I think that's enough value. If you get a course on turn 2, let it dig your way to potential.
Lots of card advantage. Ed's probably just the Pithing Needles. He'll probably comment on this afterwards,
Yeah, Pithing Needles and the Warping Whales.
Warping Well, we did see those. Too bad he didn't find a Pithing Needle there because it would have been very good to play it on Ghost Quarter early.
If he'd brought in the Surgical Extractions and had one, he would have been able to extract that Ghost Quarter before it was played.
Yeah,
so when Thomas activated it, the Ghost Quarter's in the graveyard, you respond with the extraction.
Yeah, so he doesn't get priority to play it again.
Exactly.
That's
and that would have enabled him to continue business.
Possibly some pushes?
We probably can expect some pushes to come in.
What did he take out? Oblivion Stone? A little too slow?
Well, not if you're doing Tron
naturally
properly.
by turn 3, or getting an expedition map activated.
Yeah, maybe he trimmed on numbers. Maybe the Relic of Progenitus
Less
came
good.
out.
But it's so difficult here because he does need to hate on the graveyard. Thomas is
Yeah, but it doesn't need to be the whole one, and it
just
does
specific things.
take
Sure.
up 2 mana.
Mm,
So yes, a knight's big, but the Khan's
bigger.
activation will just get rid of it. Same for Ugin, same for
Yeah, so
Ulamog.
maybe he trims. It goes down to like 1 or 2 Oblivion Stones, takes out the relics, puts in the pinpoint mana efficient surgical extraction.
Yeah.
Once pithing needles, possibly takes out some number of brutality for fatal pushes, and I'm pretty sure the rest of his deck stays identical.
I'm curious. He did keep the brutalities in because we saw him duress
We
Thomas
saw
of that Coco.
we saw it one
Yeah.
the second game, but he's only got 3 pushes and there's 4 brutalities.
Fair enough. So he wouldn't have been able to take them all out for the straight swap.
Yeah. Well then,
That was a
another game
quick
goes
game.
to Thomas.